Isn't it so funny how quickly the tides may change? Just a few months ago, we were talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins as a team that was projected to be doing terribly this season. Bottom feeder, the only seller in the league. We were talking about Brian Rust, Rickard Rakell, Erik Karlsson, Evgeni Malkin, Sidney Crosby as trade bait. But no, the Penguins are not down here at the bottom. In fact, they're doing decently well this season. They've got 59 points in 49 games. Head over to the Metro. You've seen that Pittsburgh has taken the second overall spot. Tied with the Islanders, but with one fewer game played. What is going on in Pittsburgh? My guy, these players are actually doing very well. And I understand that you can say, hey, Pittsburgh has star-studded talent. They still have some of the top dogs on the team pulling their weight, producing. Evgeni Malkin is on pace for another over-point-per-game season, his first in 3 years. And of course you've got Sidney Crosby. Of course he is up there producing like he is, on pace for yet another point-per-game campaign. But my gosh, Tommy Novak, Anthony Mantha, Justin Brazeau, these guys have been awesome. Ben Kindel, this guy's like 15 years old and he's gone out there with 20 points. Okay, he's 18 years old. He's from Coquitlam. Burnaby Winter Club represent, baby. There are a number of positive stories out of the Pittsburgh Penguins this season, and the fact that this team is legitimately as competitive as they are was a total shock to all of us. But they are in this spot. They are second in the Metro. They are looking to have another playoff run. No longer are we looking at Sidney Crosby getting traded over to Montreal. Now it's like, well, he's got a reason to stay in Pittsburgh now. Who cares if they don't decide to rebuild or whatever? If they've got Crosby, anything can happen. Which is why we're heading over onto Spectors Hockey from earlier this morning, January 22nd, 2026, because Lyle Richardson summarizes one of the latest reports out of Josh Yohei and The Athletic. This article will be linked in the description, but of course it's The Athletic, it's paid for material, you need a subscription order to read it. So what I'm hearing about the Penguins, Jason Robertson, and the NHL trade deadline, this will be linked in the description, so will the Spectors Hockey piece. But Spectors Hockey goes out there and summarizes the Athletic article, and this is not behind the paywall, so we're going to go out there and read this instead. The question is proposed, could the Pittsburgh Penguins pursue Jason Robertson and re-sign Evgeni Malkin? The Athletic's Josh Yohei speculated recently that the Pittsburgh Penguins might go the trade route this summer to bring in a young NHL star forward. He believes the Penguins love Jason Robertson. The 26-year-old Dallas Stars winger is slated to becoming an RFA with arbitration rights on July 1st. He will draw lots of attention if the Stars make him available in the trade market, suggesting the Penguins have the salary cap space and the tradable assets to make a solid pitch. He also doesn't see them attempting to go the offer sheet route, as the compensation required would be over the top. Spector's note says this, that Penguins GM Kyle Dubas will probably be in touch with the Stars if they decide to trade Robertson this summer. And yes, it would be in the summer, because the Stars are all in this season to win the Stanley Cup, and that includes having Robertson in the lineup. The Penguins would be well situated to outbid most teams. The question is whether Robertson would be committed to joining a team like them on a long-term deal. He could opt to go to arbitration, sign a one-year deal, and then test the UFA market in 2027. That would crush his value in next season's trade market, making him enticing only to Stanley Cup contenders seeking a postseason rental. Josh Yohei also reported that longtime Penguin star Evgeni Malkin is willing to sign a one-year contract and accept a pay cut to stay in Pittsburgh. Malkin, 39, realizes this could be his final season in the NHL, but he is not ready to retire yet. He's not interested in playing for another team. Spector's note here says that Kyle Dubas indicated last fall that he would meet with the Malkin camp during the upcoming Olympic break to discuss his future. Yeah, that's a perfect opportunity for him to go out there and meet Malkin, right? It's not like Malkin's going to be doing much during the Olympic break. Despite missing 15 games with an upper body injury, he is third among their scorers this season with 37 points in 34 games. It won't be surprising if he ends up with that one-year deal at a reduced price. Oh, how the tides have turned. Just a few months ago, we were talking about Gino like he was done. He's 39 years old. This guy's old. He's going to be 40 next season. He is so old. We are not going to see him re-sign. He's going to retire. This last year of the $6.1 million AAV contract will be the last year of his NHL career. But now it's like, no, the Penguins are very good. Evgeni Malkin's over a point per game. If he had played the full season, he would have been at 88 points? Maybe a lot more than that. Let's do the math on that. 37, divvy 30. How many games did he play? 34, multiplied out by 82. That's an 89-point pace. Incredible for Evgeni Malkin. He hasn't eclipsed 89 points in a season since 2018, and he would have been on pace to do that this year had he stayed healthy the entire time. Now, if he re-signs at, let's say, $4 million for 1 year instead of $6.1 million a season for 4 years, then this can be like a Jerome McGinley type situation, except instead of going from team to team to team trying to choose the next Stanley Cup champion, he can just stay with Pittsburgh and re-sign, re-up every single year, as long as his body can hold up with it. Sidney Crosby is not going to go through that similar situation. That guy is locked on for as long as really his career is going to last. Sid the Kid goes on till 2027. I don't think anybody is really expecting him to be in a spot to demand out or to go anywhere else too. As long as Crosby is here, Malkin should stay ride or die. Meanwhile, for Jason Robertson, 26 years old, $7.75 million to the end of this season, expiring as an RFA. This is a guy who can demand the moon and the stars. He wants $12 million a year. Honestly, I'd say he's worth it. He's on pace for 96 points in 82 games this season, 50 games played total, 58 points. He's got 29 goals, 29 assists. He is on pace for a split even 48-48. That's a great season out of Jason Robertson. The unfortunate part is Kyle Connor, Adrian Kempe, these guys hovering in the 10 plus, $12 million range. The problem is Mikko Rantanen just got signed to a $12 million AAV contract too. And I feel like for Rantanen, his contract is somewhat more aligned with the 2 or 3 years ago's version of NHL contracts. Rantanen signed on till the end of 2033, making $12 million. That's already a steal. This guy's on pace for 105 points. He's been a 100-point scorer twice in the past, and a Stanley Cup champion. Mikko Rantanen, at 29 years old, signing for $12 million honestly feels like a steal when you compare it to some of these other contracts. I mean, Kaprizov got 17. Kyle Connor is going out there with $12 million AAV as well. And Kyle Connor, I'm sorry, but he ain't no 100-point scorer. You can't tell me that Kyle Connor deserves the same money as Mikko Rantanen. I get it, they're both top-line wingers, they're both good, but if Rantanen's getting 12, I'd say that Connor should probably be getting like 10-7 or 11. If Kyle Connor is getting 12, then Rantanen could probably be getting 15. So Jason Robertson asking for 12, asking for the same amount as Rantanen, I don't know if that really fits well with what the Dallas Stars have in mind. But hey, if a Pittsburgh Penguins team could take advantage of that and say, hey, we want to sign this guy, let's trade a whole bunch of prospects to Dallas, have Robertson in our system, and then re-up him to a $13 million AAV contract or whatever it is it's going to take to get him re-signed. Maybe that works, especially if a guy like Evgeni Malkin takes a pay cut, especially if Sidney Crosby re-signs at just $8.7 million in 2027, assuming he decides to do that. So, with all this in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the idea of a Jason Robertson trade to Pittsburgh and an Evgeni Malkin re-signing? Thoughts in the comment section if you're a Pens fan. I hope you enjoyed this video. Trolls 99, and bye.